Mrs. Juana.
Hello.
She's been training out at the hospital.
Oh. Must be that darn north wind static or something.
Now, Jordan, don't tell me that you haven't learned that dry wind, friction, and a heavy carpet are not the only means of creating electricity between human beings. Con su permiso.
On July 17, 2007, at about 9 a.m., an explosion in a flammable solvent storage tank at the Barton Solvents facility rocked the town of Valley Center, Kansas, about 15 miles north of Wichita. After the explosion, the fire spread, igniting the contents of other storage vessels and eventually destroying the entire tank farm. About 8:30 on the morning of the accident, a tanker trailer arrived to transfer a non-conductive solvent known as varnish makers and painters, or VM&P naphtha, into a storage tank. Because liquid flowing through pipes and valves generates static electricity, which can ignite flammable vapor, the tank farm supervisor connected a cable between the truck and an electrical grounding station. In addition, all the equipment involved in transferring the liquid was bonded, that is, connected together with electrical conductors and grounded. Inside the 15,000-gallon storage tank, there was a device for measuring the liquid level. A metal tape, which was grounded, was suspended from pulleys and connected to a metal float by a loose, flexible linkage assembly. This linkage presented a hidden danger during the filling of the tank. The solvent was pumped from 3 tanker trailer compartments into the tank. As the hose was switched from one compartment to another, air entered the line, creating bubbles and turbulence inside the tank. A static electrical charge built up in the non-conductive liquid. Meanwhile, the space above the liquid was filled with an explosive mixture of vapor and air. The swirling, turbulent liquid caused the float to drift and rock, creating slack in the metal tape. This allowed a gap to form intermittently in the linkage assembly, interrupting the grounding of the float. The metal float accumulated a static electrical charge. About 9 a.m., a spark from static electricity ignited the vapor-air mixture, causing a massive explosion. The blast sent the storage tank rocketing into the air. 2 more tanks quickly ruptured and released their contents into the rapidly expanding fire. As the fire raged inside the tank farm, other tanks burst and ignited, launching heavy steel tank lids 10 to 12 feet in diameter into the air. 20,000 gallons of flammable liquid were released into the spill containment area. Valves, pipes, and other heavy steel objects were hurled off-site and into the adjoining community. One tank lid struck a mobile home about 300 feet away. A pressure valve hit a neighboring business 400 feet away.
At Barton, several factors combined to produce the initial explosion. But our investigation illustrates how normal bonding and grounding may not be enough to prevent ignition from static electric sparks.
6,000 residents were evacuated. 11 residents and 1 firefighter required medical treatment.
The CSB determined that the material safety data sheet for the solvent involved in the explosion did not adequately describe the explosive hazard or the precautions necessary to prevent ignition from static electricity.
Of the 62 MSDSs covering a number of widely used non-conductive liquids, most failed to recommend specific precautions beyond bonding and grounding to prevent static sparks. Only 3 included electrical conductivity testing data, and only 1 of the 62 MSDSs warned of the danger of an ignitable vapor-air mixture forming inside a storage tank.
The CSB recommended that OSHA improve the information required in material safety data sheets for non-conductive flammable liquids.